it's 2 for Tuesday. Roll that video. Road Mike. Road. Bye. Hey guys, part number 1, 2 for Tuesday. We're talking UFC 217, happened this Saturday. Amazing card, amazing fights. We're going to get into one specific fight because I'm from Montreal, right? So GSP, we're talking about GSP. Now, okay, so we're going to break it down round by round. If you didn't watch the fight, spoiler alert, skip to part number 2. Further down for part number 2. Ahead. Move ahead. You'll see. All right. So what do you say we get through this? So first things first. Before the fight started, I knew there would be no ring rust. I was fairly certain GSP would have no ring rust. What I did think was, number one, I thought Bisping would have been a lot more aggressive from the get-go. He wasn't. GSP, I was unsure how we carry the weight. I think, and you'll see as I'm talking through the round by round. Yeah, he was a little slower. He was gassing. And I was worried about that before because he's carrying extra weight. And in competition, that makes a huge difference. In the gym is one thing, you're comfortable, you're doing it every day. In the competition, it can change. And I was worried about that. So let's take a quick look, and I'm gonna just go over a bit of the stats really quick, round by round. So round 1, really quick, just stats-wise. You go through here, so give or take about 18 total strikes for GSP, and he pretty much controlled the whole round. He had one takedown. It didn't last too long, but he had one takedown. Bisping, he got a few strikes in, but no significant strikes at all. Jabs, glancing blows. Nothing significant. It was about 9 strikes, 18 so he pretty much doubled Bisping's output for the first round. I gave the first round to GSP, no questions. Okay. Now, second round, I would say first 3 minutes or so, pretty much the same. Maybe not quite as dominant for GSP, but the output was there in the first 3 minutes. Okay. Again, about 15 strikes, okay? But in the second round, no significant strikes. And he, again, one takedown, didn't stay there for very long, but he did take him down. So you got to give him that. Bisping, I would say first 4 minutes wasn't as aggressive as he should be. But he still got a few shots off. He got around 12. So the strike total was very close in the second round, actually. And a couple of significant strikes for Bisping, whereas George didn't. But all of that happened in the very end of the round. And he maybe controlled approximately a minute of the round. So in the end, when you're looking at the round as a whole, you have to give it to GSP. So in my opinion, the second round was probably a little closer, but GSP definitely took the second round. Hence the third round. Third round, well, for people who watched it, you know what happened in the third round. And the people who did not watch it, or you should skip this part. Move forward. Go to part number 2 in the 2 for Tuesday and enjoy the part number 2. So third round, GSP was visibly slower. Typically, and if you look at a lot of his older fights, you're going to see first 2 rounds pretty strong. Third round, almost, and I hate to say taking the third round off, because, you know, you don't take a round off when you're at that level, obviously. But typically, and you can look through many of his fights, many, his third round has never been strong for him. So that's how it started. That's how the round started. And that's, I was afraid. I was literally going, oh my God, if he doesn't do something here in this round, Bisping, I'm sorry, but Bisping has cardio for years to come. He can do 10 rounds. Everybody knows this. And in the 4th and 5th round, that's when Bisping is the most dangerous. So, you know, GSP had to do something, right? So, looking at the beginning, now, first of all, in the beginning of the round, it was sort of, you know, little taps here, little taps. There was nothing significant as far as strikes are concerned. George got another takedown. Now, that's when everything started to go wrong for him, because Bisping started elbowing him from the bottom. And when he started elbowing, he wasn't hurting George in the sense that, you know, you're going to knock him out from the bottom. But George was bloodied up. Cuts. And I think I noted it. Hold on. It was at least 2. Yeah, there was at least 2 elbows, possibly a third that caused a cut. So one right on the bridge of his nose, you see it was a really bad cut. And then I think it was one small one here and possibly one here on the cheek. So so George starts bleeding everywhere. Pardon me. And at this point, you know, they're on the ground. Now, when they get up, now George is, you can tell he's visibly disturbed by this. Okay. And at one point, he was trying to wipe the blood away from his eyes so he could see properly, right? But he kept coming forward, and you got to give it to him. He kept coming forward. He kept coming forward. He kept coming forward. He actually got a couple of hits. And then out of nowhere, he comes in. He misses with one, okay? And then which is a left, all right? And then he brings his left down, and he's faking a right. So he brings his left down, he's faking a right, and then comes back with a left hook. Boom! Right on the button. Bisping is down. Immediately jumps on him. Starts hitting him, elbows. He had a good, I would say, a good 12, 14 significant strikes just in that little, just in that interaction right there, that when he was on top. But the count, well, you know, as I said before, this guy just bounces back. He's got cardio all year long. But GSP backed up a bit, gave him a little bit of space just to try and get up. And the second he tried to get up, boom, jumped on his back. One left to the head. And after the left to the head, you could see he moved, boom, right underneath. Arm went right in the back of the head, had him in a squeeze. There was no way on earth he was getting out. GSP put him to sleep. Boom. GSP put him to sleep. Amazing result. You know, you got to give it to the guy. The guy comes back, he gains weight, and he did it. He did it. Congratulations. I love it. And I mean, he probably would have lost that third round. And I don't know. Who knows what would have happened? We don't know. But luckily, GSP put him to sleep. And we don't have to find out. Well, look, that's my run through. Oh, I do want to mention. This was, as far as cards go, I love this card. It was fantastic. I love that Rose Namajunas took out Joanna. Love it. TJ shutting Cody up. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. It was an amazing, amazing. Oh yeah, OSP. Ovin St. Preux taking a fight on short notice against Corey Anderson, a wrestler. And that head kick, ooh, that was sweet. That was sweet. Very sweet. Well, guys, thanks for listening to my opinion. Let me know what you think. You think GSP was doing well? Think he was doing not well? You think he could have done better? Let me know what you think in the comments. Now on to part number 2. And we're going to open up my bag. And we're going to check out everything what's in my bag. All right. See you later. Oh, hey, there you are. I was looking for you. Well, part 2. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to open up my bag. I'm going to show all you guys what's in my bag, all my lenses. For one specific reason, somebody was looking at my first vlog and left a comment saying they only saw the boxes and not the lenses. So we're going to take a look at my lenses. We're going to take a look at my flashes, my camera, and show you everything that's in my bag. Be right back. Hey guys, part 2 for Tuesday. What's in my bag? And when I say my bag, we're talking about the bag that I take out with me every weekend. So that's the majority of my equipment, minus the studio equipment. Although, I might very well be bringing the Rode mic. Rode mic. It's a nice mic. There's a review coming. Rode mic. You're going to see. Check this out. Okay, so we're going to start with the bag, which is big. Now, this is a gorgeous bag. Wait, let's take a look at it here. The Low Pro 450 all-weather bag. This is a gorgeous bag. Now, take a quick look, or actually, you know what? We'll take a quick look around the outside. This is what I love about this. There's a lot of accessibility, very quick. Quick zippers, a few little things you can put in there. These are accessories you can actually put on the outside. There's a way you can get in and out quick, real quick. Grab a lens, put it back in, zip it back up, all over the place. Of course, you have straps, right? Very, very sturdy straps. And these straps, which actually go around your waist as well. So it could be a very, very sturdy backpack. They call this the active zone. I don't care what they call it. It is so comfortable. And I mean, so comfortable on your back. You don't even feel it. And my bag, it's got to weigh about 45, 50 pounds easily. So very, very, very comfortable. Now on the other side, I've set it up so that I have my tripod here, my little travel tripod, and it sits right on the side. And there's a little strap. Yeah, you can take it on and off real quick. Okay. Super, super handy. All right. And I got this little pouch on the back. Basically, little tools and such and so forth. Nothing valuable, obviously, to be kept in the back. Could be easily stolen from behind, so don't keep anything valuable. With little tools, maybe. Things like that. All right. Let's get to the best part. Let's take a look inside the bag. All right. There we go. Okay. So inside the bag, first thing you're going to notice, obviously, there's a camera missing. That's because I'm actually filming with the camera. Don't have much of a choice, and I'm filming with the 70-200 f2.8 Tamron lens, which I will show you later. But for now, I'll just show you what's in the bag right now. So normally, mounted to the D750, I'm going to have the Tamron, we'll turn that around so you can see it, Tamron 24-70 f2.8 with VC, vibration compensation, fantastic lens. I go everywhere with this lens. I go everywhere with this lens. I'm going to be doing another series of what's in my bag, with a smaller bag and a bigger bag. You'll see. I go everywhere with this lens. Amazing lens. So we go from there. We'll go towards the super wide that I picked up. Super wide zoom. Again, Tamron. Amazing lenses. This is the 15 to 30 Tamron lens. So I never even bothered to take this off. Okay, I'm going to take it off now. Look. It has been de-virginized. Okay. Pretty, isn't it? Gorgeous lens. Look at that. Amazing. And Tamron. Yeah, I love this lens. Amazing lens. Okay, so accessories and such and so forth. I picked myself up motor drive. I do like to have the vertical option for my D750. I did not get the Nikon. I was not spending $360 Canadian on it with no remote, with no options. Just I picked up this one, checked out some reviews online. That's some good reviews. So I picked this one up. It's a Mikey, and it came with a remote, and the remote actually works when I'm filming video. Now that's super important, guys. Super important. When you're filming video, this can actually turn it on and off the video. So when you're filming for 20 minutes and your camera auto stops and you're across the room shooting with another camera, you take the remote, you press the button, it starts to film again. You don't have to run over there. Fantastic. Love this. Oh, and of course, it gives you extra battery power, obviously. Speaking of batteries, spare battery. Okay, spare batteries. Typically spare batteries, because I use this, I don't like to put spare batteries directly into the camera. I use spare batteries in the battery pack, and I use this battery first. So if this battery dies, then I'm using the original Nikon battery. Much prefer original Nikon battery. In the camera, take less chances. So from there, next lens. I always keep with me a macro lens. It's a 60mm f2.8 micro nikkor. Okay. There you go. 60mm f2.8 micro nikkor. This actually I used for a while as a portrait lens. This is actually pretty good as a portrait lens. It's 60mm, a little bit low on the end, but when I was using it with my backup body, which I'll show you in a second, it actually brings it out to almost 80mm, because my backup body is a crop sensor body. So I actually kept this, and I won't give it up. This is an amazing body. I love the fact that it still autofocuses very quickly with the Tamron lenses. This is a Fuji S3 Pro, 12.9 megapixel crop sensor camera. So it's pretty good. I mean, as a crop sensor, don't forget, if you're cropping in on a full frame, you're getting the same quality. I would say the only drawback to this, obviously, it's an older camera. It does not do video, number one. Number two, ISO, yeah, it's lacking. It's not great low light performance. But you know what? It's a backup body. I didn't want to spend a ton of money. All right, so let's put that back. Okay. So before I stop this and then go and get my other lens to show you, I also keep a whole bunch of stuff in here. Now this is a spot you can use for a laptop. Okay, I don't use it for laptops. I always have my flashes with me, and these are little soft boxes for each flash. I keep a couple of filters, colored soft boxes, simple stuff, right? Now, As far as the flashes are concerned, I actually have old school Sekonic flash meter. Works. All right, so I'm gonna shut that off. All right, so flashes. I don't have anything new. I actually have two of these, so I'm only going to show you one because the second is the same, so why bother showing you two, right? So, old school, again, had these for a long time. I won't get rid of them. They're amazing flashes. Nikon Speedlight SB28. Now I got a pair of these, and they work. Alright, so shut it off. So those are my two flashes. Flash meter. And of course, naturally, I have in these little pockets a whole ton of extra cards. A couple of 32 gigs for backup. I have 2 gig compact flash for backup for the Fuji S3. Oops. Yeah, backup cards. Very important. I actually had to use one once. There's just batteries, different batteries, AAA's, AAA's, AA's, backup batteries. In here, cleaning cloth, there's another couple of batteries, some tools, some wires, etc. I got a filter. So guys, this is the neutral density filter. Up to 10 stops, more like about 5-6 stops usable. Maybe 4 for pictures, 6 or so stops for video. Very useful in a pinch. Of course, I greatly prefer if I'm doing long exposures, obviously not to use this as variable density as that famous X when you go too far. So I got my Nisi 100mm, it's a 10 stop filter. Keep it in there. Stuff. Alright. Now, this is actually just a backup for, it came with the Mikey. Now, it does take the ELN15 batteries for Nikon. Good. But it also has an attachment where you can pop in 4 AA batteries. So, yep, there we go. So it pops in 4 AA batteries and you can use it. And I actually had to use it once. I know that it functions. Oh, I'm sorry, 6 AA batteries. 2, 4, and 6. So 6 AA batteries. Like I said, I know I had to use it once because I forgot my batteries. So great to have in there. These are my glasses because I'm blind and I need them. Now this is gorgeous. So you want to clean lenses, this is what you want. Does 2 things. This is actually called Z-Ion, who knows. Basically just a blower, but on the top here you have a filter. So it actually filters somewhat the air coming in, so any large dust particles will not go through it. Kind of nice. And it works really well. Really well. Alright. I brought this in real quick. Obviously, this is the D750. Okay. And the Tamron 70-200 f2.8. Also with VC. These lenses are amazing. I can't say it enough. They just came out with a G2, but I love this one. and I'm not going to spend the extra money right now. I'm sure the G2 is amazing. So that's what's in the camera bag as far as lenses are concerned. Now there's one other lens which I always, almost always bring with me, and I'm going to go set this camera back up and I'm going to bring that lens to you. Be right back. Alright. Okay guys, I'm back. Like I was saying, there's a lens, well, to be quite honest with you, it doesn't even fit in the bag. That's why it's not in the bag, because it just doesn't fit in the bag. It's too big. So this, and if you were there for my first vlog, you know that this is my monster of a lens. Now this is, I'll show you quickly. Let me pop this on for effect, because you know, size does matter. Now this here is the Tamron 150 to 600 millimeter. Now this is the G2 version of this lens, and I gotta tell you guys, this is an amazing lens. I love it. Obviously the only drawback to this lens is f5 to f6.3. Drawback, you know what? Drawback, I don't really think there's a drawback. I don't think it's a drawback at f6.3. Some people, other YouTubers reviewing it, and thank you very much for their reviews. Trust me, it's nothing against them, but they're going to mention it as a drawback. You know what? This is a $1,500 lens. Look up the price of this lens at 600 millimeters at f6.3, and look at the price of a Nikon or a Canon 600 millimeter f4. It's like $8,000, $9,000. It's not the same lens. 6.3 is not a drawback. It's good. 6.3 is fantastic. I've gotten tons of shots, beautiful shots, super sharp, and blew the background out. Gorgeous bokeh with 6.3 at 600 millimeters. It's not a drawback. Not in the least. This is a gorgeous lens. If you don't have one, and you want a long lens and you don't want to spend $10,000 on it, this is what you want. You want this lens. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous lens. Alright, good. Let me get this out of the way here. And, whoop, like I said, it's much too big for the camera, but it's too big. Too big. I'm going to put this on the side so I don't bump into it. Alright, so that's pretty much the contents of the main part of the bag. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just pop the zipper back on, close it back up. Alright, and we're going to check out what's in the top of the bag. Now, top of the bag, this is what I love about this. The top of this bag is you can't hurt anything that's inside. It is a tough, tough bag. Alright, now, so this opens up. Now if this is another option if you have this bag. Again, we're going to repeat the model number. Actually I forgot to mention this, and I'll show you that in a second. I'll repeat the model number. It's the Lowepro 450 AW. The all-weather bag. Okay. So basically in here I actually have this thing where I actually carry around extra backs, Nikon backs, backs of lenses, caps. I got extra everything in here. Wires, obviously, there's an extra back. This wire that pretty much charges everything on the planet. It's a cool hat too. See, very cool hat. Okay, maybe not so much a hat. And very, very, very important, if you're ever in the middle of nowhere, this is going to charge your camera battery. This is going to charge your phone. It's going to charge anything you want. You need one of these. Backup battery. upon backup battery, upon backup battery. If you have 2 or 3, that's a good thing. Okay, so I'm going to put all these back. That's basically what I keep in my bag, guys. One last thing which I did not mention and it was in here, and well, you know what, I'll just put the bag down. I'll put it back in the bag afterwards because I'll show you. This is sweet, and I've used it a couple times. When it heavy downpour, or if you're like on a beach, a lot of sand, you gotta pick one of these up. They're actually quite inexpensive. All right. They Velcro in and around the lens here, and hands go straight in. The camera body, you'll notice camera in the back, it actually closes up. Lens goes through here, so you can control here. It actually has a window, so you can actually see inside and see the camera. And this will keep all sand and water away from your very expensive camera body. And I think that brings it pretty much to an end. I don't think I have anything else in my bag.